Well, like Bishop McDaniel, how he states that in other Hebrew Israelite camps that we're the real Hebrew Israelites, we're the real Jews, the black people. What is to that?
That's his opinion. It's like being a white Christian or black Christian. Are they real? They're original? Or Muslim? Is he a real original? Is he black?
Yeah, I say no, because it has no color to it. And I'll give you an example. When you do the DNA test for those so-called white Jews or so, these people here, they got 12 to 15% African blood in them.
Hamite.
African blood.
Yeah, Hamite.
None of them, they trace it back to Africa. So who is original? Everybody comes from black folks. Because God, like I was explaining earlier, that we were all made from the black earth. That's how we were created.
This is a good question. So, was Abraham, David, Solomon, Jesus, was they black like me? Or were they...
Well, when we use it, I don't like to say use
were
the
they
word
my
black.
complexion?
Yes. Right, the complexion, because there's no...
But the nationality was Israelite.
Right. Yeah. Or Israelites, or they were Cushites. The word in the Bible, when you look at it, it says Cush, land of Cush, which means the black land. That's where God gave us the word for the land of Cush. So where is Cush? It's basically in East Africa, right? The Cushites is in Ethiopia, Somalia, what you call it there? Sudan, all those areas in Kenya, Uganda. Yeah. These are the biblical people. You know what I mean? So yes, right? And Jesus himself, I'm just knowing the story of Yeshua, Jesus, when the King Herod was trying to kill the baby, where did he go?
Into the land of Egypt.
Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Now, when Egypt was known as Ethiopia, Egypt is not the real name.
Right.
The Greeks gave it that name.
Right, that's true.
The land of Cush.
Yeah, true.
Right? Where God made it in the Bible. So that's where Jesus went. So if you go to the temple, if you go to the church in Ethiopia, on the wall there you will see a black Madonna with a black baby on there, written in there. Yeah. The Christian church,
that's true,
oldest, is not in Rome.
Yep.
Not in Greek.
It's in
Ethiopia.
Lalibela.
Right.
Yeah. Axum as well.
And for Axum. And from when Queen Sheba went and had a child with, they know him as Sheba, right? When she went and had a child in Israel with King Solomon gave her the Ark of the Covenant to bring back, and she had the son with him named Melanick.
Yeah.
How did they build that church? Because it's mystery to that church being built, because the church is actually in the ground.
Right. Because that's the architecture of African people. They knew how to build. Right? How did we build the pyramids? That's the eighth wonder of the world. Yeah. They knew how to do those things. See, in the old days, right, we had electricity. Because water, they couldn't, back in those days. How do you think they were able to build the skyscraper back in those days? You think they had to have electricity to do that? They built underground. All of the pyramids is an underground city. You think they're going to have underground without lights, without electricity? They knew how to use that. They knew how to use palm oil. How to use palm oil to run the electricity. I'll give you this one story about the Israelites in Nigeria. Right? They call the Igbo people. When they were having the Biafra War, guess what? How they flew the planes to fight. They didn't use the regular, they used palm oil and put it in the plane and flew the plane with palm oil. Yeah. And so the Africans knew how to use palm oil. They had electricity with street lights there where they used the palm oil to run to do lights. Right? Long before America or anybody had no talk about no street lights. You understand? So we had a culture there that was based on the Israelite tradition.
Yes.
Right? That's established. And we got to go back, if you got to read the story about Sheikh Anta Diop, right? God bless his soul. A man from Senegal, who they couldn't dispute when he did the test of he found out that those pharaohs, even the biblical pharaoh who let the Israelite was an African man, was a black man. His story is that there was nobody in Europe, nobody anywhere in the world except Africa, right? And the black man moved into Europe, moved into Asia, moved into other parts of the world, and their skin color started to change. Because the reason why we are black is because we are a sun people. We needed this the thing to protect us against the sun.
The melanin, yeah.
Right? If you take a white person, and you bring them into the Caribbean or you bring them to Africa, they start stripping. They start shedding their skin, right? But we don't do that. So that's why as soon as they move into Europe, they start to lose their complexion. They become light, and that's how you get white people. They originate from us. So we can't say who is the original, because we all come from the same source. And that's what we have to understand. But white supremacy has led us to believe that this is this, and they're not, and this is that. But I tell them, and when I go into the Lubavitcher community, one of the first things that impressed me is they said, "Come, Rabbi," and we start, all these guys, some of these guys were from Europe, and they said, "We brothers," right? And I said, "We brothers, okay." And they said, "We are not white and we're not Europeans."
Wow.
And they said, "We are African." We'll get a white Lubavitcher person to say we're African. We can't even get a black person to say we're African.
You won't.
But they will admit to that they're African. And I tell you this one story. I walked up out of the synagogue one day, and this guy with a black hat, Lubavitcher, he walked up to me and he kissed me on both cheeks and said, "My brother." And I said, "Where he from?" He could hardly speak. He from southern France.
Wow.
So they don't look, see, we get into this color thing, that's what have the world divided.
Yeah, divided, yeah.
So we can't say that who is the original. I don't want to, of course everybody is original from blackness, but it evolved.
Yeah.
So those white folks, they claim their blackness too.